Level 78. Meet the Thalls. Crystal knows people who may be able to assist in your search for ore. Seek material for the Talos' heart. I know people who may be able to assist. They are the Thalls, a dwarven family that have long mined this land. No one knows its bounty as well as they. If you explain your situation, I'm sure they would be willing to cooperate. Indeed, 'twas one of them that showed me the secret tunnel to the top of the cliff. You'll find the Thalls at their village to the northwest, a place called Tomra. You arrive, seek an audience with Chief Zamot. Do not forget to greet him with a hearty lolly-ho. Permit me to join you, Zilly. I would keep my joints limber, and mayhap I can provide some manner of assistance. I'll leave the heart to the two of you, then. The variety of ore doesn't matter so long as it's rich with ether. I'll aim to have my design complete by your return. Tomra. This is Tomra. Seldom do we see the dwarven folk at the Crystarium, now be in the presence of so many. Shall enjoy not having to crane my neck for a change. Tally-ho! Did you just call me? Tally-ho? What sorry excuse for a greeting was that? Where's your heart, lass? Your stones. Come, let's try it again. Lolly-ho! Lolly-ho. Lolly-ho. Not bad, but there's room for improvement. Any road, now that we've observed common courtesy, who are you and what are you doing here? The recommendation of the denizens of Amity, we have come to seek the aid of the Thal family. May we speak with Chief Zamot? Why, yes you may. I am Zamot, and I bid you welcome to Tomra. The folk of Amity, what sent you here? You must have quite a tale to tell. Come, let's hear it. Well, and there I thought those below had no fight left in them. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with that floating volcano and all them sin eaters neither. If you're serious about restoring peace to these parts, though, we'll gladly lend you a hand. However, the kind of ore you seek's precious to us, too. I let you have it only for you to bungle things up and squander it like no amount of ale will wash away my chagrin. First, I need to make sure you're worthy by means of a trial. Aye, a trial most tricksy, passed down through the line of Thal. What is this trial? Hey, come with me and I'll tell you all. Can you get to do a trial? Or is this going to be some kind of swerve? Like when Magnai saying we had to pay some kind of tribute that had them like milking cows and stuff. Hey, listen well. As you know, we're a mining folk, and in the mining life, danger's a constant companion. So when we come of age, each of us must prove our readiness to take to the mines. This we do by undertaking a trial which tests the 3 traits all good miners can't do without: discernment, diligence, and dexterity. We call it 3D Mine Runner. Now, look on my helm. Mark its features well. You'll be given a slingshot, which you must use to shoot dwarves, as where helms with are different. Already made necessary arrangements. You ready to take the trial? Report to the observer nearby. Best of luck to you. Like with the bow and arrow game with the Namazu. Like whack-a-mole. Holly-ho, you must be the challenger the chief mentioned. I'll show you to the rooftop at once. As I'm sure you've been told, in 3D Mine Runner you use a slingshot to shoot them as wear the wrong helm. Let's begin with the spot of practice, eh? Search for the dwarf wearing the wrong type of helm. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the dwarf and use the slingshot with right trigger A. All over. It was gonna be more like a game where they I would thank you not to shoot me. Only thing I saw. Oh, yeah. Walk out. Okay, they walk out. Nice shooting. Keep it up in the actual trial, eh? Aye, that's the way. Next time it's the trial for true. Let me know when you're ready, eh? Ready for the trial? Right this way, then. This time there'll be them wear the right helm. You shoot them, you fail. So look carefully before you let the stone fly. Search for the dwarf wearing the wrong type of helm. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the dwarf and use the slingshot with right trigger / A. Right helm. Right helm. Well done. A fine show of discernment and dexterity. I only need the one. Well done, well done. The trial never lies. You've got what it takes to be a miner. Run along back to the chief now and get on with putting an end to all the strangeness of late. Shoot the Crystal Exarch again. Hey, tell me who you are. What happened to Grahatia if he was in the Crystal Tower? Is he Grahatia? That was some impressive shooting, lass. Consider me satisfied. Aye, 'tis plain you didn't come this far with luck alone, so I'll place my faith in you and help you find the ore you seek. 78, meet the Thalls. Level 78, a digging we will go. Zammot has ore on his mind. You know that Kalusia is rich in sulfur. Well, it is. We've been mining the stuff since ancient times. Every so often, the self-same veins yield what's called earthseed, a rare ore steeped in magic. Time was we used to refine earthseed for this and that, but the technique's been lost. The stuff's still out there to be had, though, provided you know where to look. No place is surer than Durgar's tool. Problem is, the site's occupied by our age-old rivals, the Gogs. Greedy sods claim the place is theirs and refuse to let any other bugger near. Oh, there never was a more odious lot than them Gogs. I could go on forever about those hornless horsens, but then we'd be here forever, and that won't get us nowhere. What it boils down to is this. If you want the Earth Seed, you got to deal with the Gogs. Reckon you're up to the challenge? We have dealt with far worse. I am sure we can find a way to obtain what we need. That's the spirit. Now to help you find your way, I'll have one of ours go with you. I'll do it. I'll go with them. You, Korut? Couldn't help overhearing. I knew the Eaters had flocked to Mount Gold, but I didn't know why. To think the last Light Warden's hiding up there. Fate of collusion. No, the world hangs in the balance. If I can be of some help, then I want to do my part. Your zeal is commendable, lad, but it isn't so simple. This here's Korut. Young as he is, he's one of the village's finest miners. The lad's got an uncanny sense of where to dig, and his aim with a pickaxe is as true as any dwarf's. But put him in the thick of battle, and he couldn't hit the side of a mine cart if he was sitting in it. If all he needed to do was dig, he'd be your dwarf, but he's liable to become a Sin Eater's breakfast before he can even manage a swing. It's true I'm hopeless in a fight, but I still want to try. Please, please let me go with you. I take care of you, you take care of the ore. As long as you're aware of the dangers. Oh, thank you so much. I'll try my best not to be a burden. You want to take Korut, far be it from me to stop you. Keep him safe, though, will you? We will most assuredly encounter Sin Eaters along the way. Though with you in our company, they will be more a spectacle than a concern. Durgar's tool lies in a cave to the east. I'm ready when you are. Duty calls. Commence battle for a digging we will go. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, it will be synced as follows. Level 78, item level 415. Proceed. Oh, we'll keep to the road and head east. Fair distance to cover. Be on your guard for Sin Eaters. You're doing a pretty piss poor job. Amazing, you two are really strong. Yeah, it may interest you to know that Zillia is a great hero in the land when she hails. I would say the greatest. Leo, you must have some stories to tell. That she does. Tales to impress and inspire you in turn. By all means, have her regale you with a few. Our work is done. Wasn't gonna let me target that. Hee hee, hold up. Okay. Amongst all the dead bodies. Hurry this way. Farther to the cave. Had to face any Gog yet. It. Bah. Just as we were about to get there. One last push then, shall we? Sin eaters. I think I've seen one. I don't recognize it. much in the way of damaged. I feel like it. Because I'm like wearing like tombstone gear. They're like a high level 405 weapon. Oh, it's scripted like this. Hell of it, like I just fair and didn't see. Just part of the story. Spam that. We're alive! We're alive! Hurry inside before any more Sin Eaters come. Kicking we will go. Level 78 complete. Level 78, the Durger's Tool. Torrid is eager to step into the relative safety of the cave. Right, follow me, please. I will take you to the Durger's Tool, where the purest sulfur in the land may be found. Curse. Deadly. The terrain and stench are any indication we are at the tool. Ah, there. Gogs with their ugly, unkempt beards. They realize we're here, they'll come after us. Best to take them down first. They're wearing the wrong hats, too. It's like, that's their whole game was like, you can't shoot us because we wear the right hats, but if they're wearing the wrong hats, they're those guys and they suck. Be not so hasty, Korit. The animosity between your two clans notwithstanding, I would not resort to violence unless necessary. I will use an enchantment to render you invisible. It will not fool Sin Eaters, but it will suffice to hide you from the eyes of men. While you are thus concealed, do you think you could find us the Earth Seed? Aye, I'll dig up the choicest stuff there is. Would be much obliged. Without further ado, then. Ah, I can see straight through me. Right, a digging we will go. Let us not be idle either. Though Korok cannot be seen, he may still be heard. I would aid him by removing some few gogs from the field to that end. Dream powder. As you may recall, we used it for the rescue mission at Laxon Loft. We used it in Umore too. Thancred had some too. Truly, it seems our alchemists got a little carried away with the latest batch. If it has been useful in our endeavors, then I have no cause to complain. Now then, I shall make you invisible as well, that you might steal close to the dwarves and give them a dose of dream powder. Even should it fail to put them to sleep outright, it should render them drowsy enough to seek their beds. Say the word and I will cast the enchantment. Ready to begin? Very good. The enchantment fade before you finish tending to all the dwarves. Return to me and I will cast it anew. Grant no mount. Can't hide from the enemies. Yeah, you do like this with like this Sylph tribal quest. Can barely keep my eyes open. Time to call it a day. So drowsy. Not safe to work when drowsy. Better get some rest. Safety first. All work and no ale makes something of something, and I'm spent. All the dwarves have taken their leave. Good work, my friend. We have done all that we can. Let us await Korut's return. I'm back. This is the purest stuff there is. Think it's enough, or shall I go dig up some more? Dare say it will suffice for our purposes. You have our gratitude, Korut. Just carry this back too. Can't be away from the tower for too long, can he? Are you all right? Afraid not. I shall be fine. Long as I have been away from the Crystarium, a little weakness is to be expected. I may have also overexerted myself in the moment. To have this rare opportunity, yet to be unable to enjoy it to the full. Who goes there? That's Glag, chief of the Gogs. You're one of the Thalls. I see. Word was our miners were coming back drowsy one after the next. I immediately suspected foul play. What should I find here but Thal scum skulking about? It's a spineless act befitting your limp beards. What? I won't stand for that insult. Our beards are soft and luscious and smell like freshly tapped ale. Gog beards are dry and crusty and smell like knockers' arse. Love these guys. Impudent whelp, better a hobgoblin's nose hairs than a feeble floppy things you Thals have hanging from your faces. Grr. Like oil and water, this is not like to end of its own accord. Silly, do you perchance have some dream powder left? Enough to put an end to this. We shouldn't interrupt their conversation, but this was beginning to get interesting. Worry not, my friend. Something tells me you'll have ample opportunity later to witness their bickering. For now, however, we should be on our way. What the Swiven? Forgive me, Corit, but we need you to be calm as well. I'm sorry, it's just, when it comes to the Gogs, I can't help but see red. Needn't apologize, my friend. You are here on our account, and we have naught but gratitude for you. Now that we have what we came for, however, it is time to take our leave. The Talos awaits its heart. Cougar's Tool 78 complete. Level 78, Rich Veins of Hope. The Crystal Exarch has efficiency on his mind. Well, my friend, much as have I enjoyed our time together, I think it best we split up that we might accomplish our task more swiftly. I'll see the Earthseed safely into the hands of Chai News. While I am thus employed, would you be so good as to deliver Korat back to Tomra? Thanks. Brief though it was, 'twas an honor to go adventuring with you. I shall see you back in Amity. He's already there. We'll just teleport. Excellent. Good escorting I did there. Holly ho, glad you're back and in one piece. How did you fare with the Earthseed then? I got them all they needed. The Exarch's on his way to Amity with it now. Good to hear that young Korat was of help. As it happens, a few others came forward while you were gone, saying they wanted to do their bit as well. Given that you're building a Talos, we reckon you'd be needing some mining tools, so we went and modified our spare pickaxes for use by bigger folk. Here, take these with you. Should be plenty to go around. What our scouts tell me, there's a crowd gathered at Top Rung already. Go and see that everyone has pickaxe to swing, eh? Guess this is all going to be kind of equidistant, right? Ride our horsey. Look, Zilly, people from all over have come to help us quarry stone. This isn't even all of them. As we speak, the volunteers Thancred and Rene recruited are being escorted to the work site, and by both Crystarium and Yulmoran soldiers, no less. As you can see, we have plenty of hands. There's just one problem. We don't have enough tools to put in them. We've been desperately trying to round up more, but we haven't had much luck so far. Pickaxes from the dwarves. Trust you to have exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. But what are you waiting for? Go and hand them out to everyone so they can get to work. Go, Kaishir. Ready to do our bit. We just need tools to do it with. Pickaxes, loads of them. Now we may all work to our heart's content. Well, I don't have many talents. I do have a strong back, and what strength I have, I'll gladly use for the sake of peace. We got the ladder moving again, didn't we? If we join hands, there's no Talos we can't build. Still haven't repaid you and Alphanald for saving me, and I'm not sure I ever could. That ain't gonna stop me from trying. I'm with you to the end. Come on, you lot. Look lively. We've come, Zilly, in case you're wondering. Guthjon is here, too. Couldn't wait to start breaking rocks, though, so he's gone on ahead. Bah, he could have at least left us a spare set of tools. Ah, wonderful. Now we can be about it, too. Warring isn't exactly my stock in trade, but this time I feel as though my wife will be with me, guiding my hand. Let's make it happen. Let's build a world where everyone can live without fear, where everyone has a place they can go home to. Right then, let's be on our way. What are you still doing here, Thaf? I thought you'd brought your own tools. I did, and I was just about to head off when I saw Jarek. Oh gods, if this plan works and the giant Talos comes to life. Imagine the size of the trolley it could push. Imagine it. You still raving on about that? How many times do I have to tell you? That's not what the Talos is for. Where the hells would the tracks even go? Bound to be somewhere. You just need a little imagination, seeing as the stoneworks is involved. Maybe we could have a trolley added to the design. If we're going to work, and if I hear any more about trolleys from you, I'll have you pushing one yourself. It's like the guys that are really into trains. Nothing wrong with that, just like, give it a rest, man. Ron! Long time no see, traveler. Are you waiting to be issued a pickaxe too? Oh, you clearly weren't, and now neither are we. Rest assured, we will put these to good use and work very, very hard. Of course, one cannot work on an empty stomach, which is why I brought some tasty worms to share. As much as we would all enjoy a treat, perhaps the worms are best saved for afterwards? Greetings, you may not remember me, but I'm one of the carers from the inn at Journey's Head. After night return to Amarang, we noticed a change in our patients. The transformation had halted in every one of them. Can't express what it did to the mood of the place. We were still celebrating days later when who should come along but Alize. Said that she sought the aid of those who believed in the Warrior of Darkness. We all answered her call right there and then. Of course, some few carers had to remain behind, but as many of us came as could be spared. I too have great respect for the Warrior of Darkness. When we meet, I'll be sure to treat them to a nice plump worm. My thanks. With that, everyone is now equipped to work. Think I'll go and join the soldiers standing guard over the volunteers. It would be a shame if they fell prey to sin eaters after all the trouble we've gone to. Right, let us see that this plan is a resounding success for the sake of all in Norvrant. 78, Rich Veins of Hope, complete. "78, that none shall ever again. Alphanota is bound for Amity. Well, my friend, it appears we are the only ones left here. You've no other pressing task. Would you care to accompany me to Amity? There, Stola is overseeing those who will imbue the Talos with magics. Come, let us join them at once." Constant. Ah, good of you to join us. I'm pleased to say we have gathered ample help for the imbuing. Master Chai, in the process of finalizing his design, have taken the liberty of dispatching all hands to their positions. You heard all along as though I have my house in order, but quite frankly, this is the most disorganized mess of a project I've ever overseen. I haven't spent nearly as much time as I would like on my calculations. For thou hast proclaimed loudly and frequently, Master Chai, yet from my perspective, a layman's though it may be, haste notwithstanding, thou hast gone to great lengths abiding by proven methodology to ensure the integrity of thy design. Well, that's just the bare minimum that's expected of us at the Stoneworks. Though our glory days are behind us, I've not forgotten our time-honored traditions. But I should mention that the Exarch delivered the ore I asked for, or seed, I believe he called it. That quantity, I believe we can fashion a suitable heart for the Talos. Then everything will be in the readiness, or so I would like to say. Is there a problem? In a Talos of, well, any reasonable size, a single heart will serve to circulate ether throughout the chassis, but given it the unprecedented proportions of that which we seek to build, I doubt that will be the case. By installing smaller peripheral hearts at intervals, I believe that we can maintain a stable ether flow, thereby solving the problem. However, we don't have enough ore for this purpose. Not for it, but to procure more, I suppose. Brunor, mayhap now is a good time to bring them out. Moment, friends, there is something I would show you. I say, are these not heartstones? They are the most prized possession of we of the Knights Blessed, and these belong to our kindred who have left us. Immersed in water, imbued with fervent prayer, these stones harbor no small amount of magic. We may imbue them with yet more prior to their installation on the Talos. What think you? Being from a different region, these cannot be used for the main heart. The peripheral ones, on the other hand, I believe they will serve. Excellent. When Master Matoya spoke to us of the role we are to play, the Heartstones immediately came to mind. Of course, before bringing them with me, I made certain to consult my fellows first. After all, the stones bear the precious lives of those who have gone to the Sunless Sea. But we have now beheld the Sunless Sea with our very own eyes, and by the gentle lights that glimmer on high, we know that there is peace beyond. Thus are we also at peace. If our Heartstones may serve to restore night to all the world, gladly do we give them. Master Chai, if you could instruct us how to distribute the Heartstones. Silly, for good luck, may I ask that you imbue one as well? Rest assured, it is not difficult. Simply raise your hand and focus as you would when attuning to an aetherite. View the jade-colored stone here if you would be so kind. Familiar-looking heartstone appears to glow faintly. That will do, thank you. This heartstone appears familiar. It is because it belonged to Tadia. Bears the collective hope of the Knights Blessed and the hope that none shall ever again be sacrificed to sin eaters. Right, I've identified the spots on the Talos where the stones are needed. See that they're amply imbued, then install them as I've indicated on this diagram. Understood. We will set about the task at once. Talos awakens and the way to Mount Golg is secured. We shall sally forth. Promises to be a trying climb, so take what rest you can in the meantime. We will see you soon. Moment, Urianger. You said that you would have measures ready in the event that our friend fails to contain the light. Do you? Be assured that I do. All which I require lieth in this land. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I trust you, Urianger. Well, he's betrayed us. So, what's the plan exactly? We'll be fine. So do we all hope, my friend. To that end, thou shouldst take it such ease as thou mayest, the better to ready thyself for the trials to come. Told the rock for the chassis is more or less ready, all quarried and shaped and laid out. That just leaves the imbuers to do their work. I'll continue checking my calculations up until the very last moment, but it's only a matter of time now. Managed to rally nigh everyone in Norvant for this endeavor. That's a remarkable feat in itself, but will it be enough? That none shall ever again. "78, a breath of respite. God News is looking not a little anxious. God, there's no point worrying about such things now. I'll get back to my calculations. You, meanwhile, should go and rest as your friend suggested. My wife and the Exarch should be in the tavern. Why don't you join them?" Oh, and Zilly, thank you. The Exarch, he went outside a moment ago, my dear. I would have thought you'd had seen him. Kept me company for a short while, but then he came over rather pale. He's clearly been straining himself, the poor thing. Anyway, he excused himself, saying that he needed a breath of fresh air. Weak as he looked, I did offer to go with him, but he assured me he would be fine. I do hope he's all right. Where might you be? Prepare to search. They operate like frauds. Okay, where the hell is this guy? Couldn't possibly be on the left, right? Here he is behind a rock. You dying?
The future is where my destiny awaits. Forgive me, I was lost in a dream. I needed some fresh air and thought to rest for a moment. It would seem I am more fatigued than I realized. Too much time away from the tower, I fear. It drains me, leaves my body frail and weak. Though, in truth, it is debatable whether I can still call this my body. When first I turned my mind towards the salvation of the world, I came to the conclusion that it would take many long years, many more than remain to me. And so I made myself one with the Crystal Tower, that I might live indefinitely. I am but an extension of it now, hence my weakness the farther I travel, and the longer I am away. It has been quite a journey. But thanks to you, the end is in sight. My wish will finally be fulfilled. How goes the construction effort? Then this may be the last moment we have to ourselves for a while. Come, sit with me. Tell me, when all of this is over, what will you do?
Settle matters with the Empire. I always do. Seek out mightier foes. Rest a while.
Ah, yes. Even should we succeed in forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, the specter of war will remain. But to declare your intent with such easy resolve, you truly are a hero's hero, my friend. But whatever it is you decide to do, I have every confidence that you will do well. For you have the strength to forge your own path. You will leave countless lives better than you found them, and the souls you touch will never forget your kindness. Then, in trying times, when you question your worth and your choices, they will raise their voices to remind you of the difference you have made. And thus will your deeds come to affirm your path. Remember this.
What will you do when this is over? I would know more of you.
When this is over, indeed. I once told you that there are things we can ill afford to lose. Things, I said, though in truth I spoke of a person. One who is unaware of the full extent of my plans. Though she deserves to know, I have good reason to keep my counsel. I have come to terms with this in my mind, yet my heart yearns to lay everything bare. For she is my inspiration, and I would give much and more for the chance to speak with her as friends, with no thought of concealment. Should she indulge me with her tales, I would regale her with my own, about my efforts in Northrend, perhaps. Though, ultimately, that tale is more yours than it is mine. Then, I would ask her about her next adventure. And if she should wish me to be a part of it, oh, how happy it would make me. Together we would travel the lands and cross the seas and take to the skies upon the eternal wind. My heart swells simply to imagine it. But all of this is contingent upon our victory in the coming battle.
Hour right now, really?
The people of this world have entrusted their hopes to us. We cannot fail them. Nor those who roused me from my slumber. Thank you for your company, my friend. Let us return to Amity.
I have to wander so far away. Worry not, my friend. I am much revived for the fresh air and your fine company, of course. Now then, let us turn our thoughts back to the task at hand. 78, a breath of respite. Breath of respite. Please. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source, Your Radiance, I have taken the liberty of quashing the vile rumors that your heir is possessed by a devil. The nation in the grip of war, we may rely on patriotic zeal to prevent them from resurfacing. What of Emmett Selk? He has taken himself to the First to usher that world to its end. Though I believe he did not disclose the details of his mission, having ever preferred to work alone. Even to those who have known him since the beginning, his actions can prove unpredictable. I am no stranger to his ways. He joys in playing me for a fool. Full many times have I been convinced I was acting of my own volition, only to discover all was as he willed it. My dear grandfather. Subject of our esteemed colleague, his last report, though brief, did contain one item of interest. You have doubtless wondered why the scions of the Seventh Dawn have not taken the field of late. It is because they are no longer on the Source. Hero of the Scions has journeyed to the First, as have her comrades, albeit incompletely. Their bodies yet remain here in the Source. Presents an opportunity. If we can defeat the Alliance prior to the Scions' return, we may eliminate their order at a stroke. Scions gone, none shall remain to thwart our plans. It will be but a matter of striking down the hero upon her homecoming. Which, lest you forget, is essential to the realization of our objective, of both of our objectives. Through Heidelin's meddling, her champions threaten to wrest the reins of fate from our grasp. The world is at risk of being dragged down the false path, one which will never see man reclaim his true form. It is unthinkable that he should supplant us, incomplete as he is. Such a devolution is abhorrent. It must be stopped before it is too late. The hour has come, your radiance. Order your armies to march once more. Crush all who stand in your way. Your heart's desire, is it not, to seize a victory that is yours and yours alone for the future of Garlemald? Oh dear. You do not wear the mummer's motley well. I was never one to take an interest in tedious conflicts. Knows. Whereabouts of my one true friend, however, they interest me greatly, but I but hope the beast of this first are providing her proper sport. I would know every detail, Lord Xenos, or would you rather I called you Elidibus? Unexpected, most unexpected. That immortality should be within the reach of one with a borrowed echo. You have outdone yourself, Xenos Galvus. I have no particular attachment to that name, but I am rather fond of that body. Without it, I cannot enjoy my hunt to the fullest. Your secrets are my flesh. I care not what you give me first. The choice is yours. Crazy.